How goes the family? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes, where healthy minds go. All right, now today's subject matter is very interesting because one thing I can say with sincerity is that my brother from another mother, Christopher Edwards, actually sent me this article the other day, and today I actually had a chance of finally reading it. And it has everything to do with what's going on in today's society. Okay, now with the whole concept of people wanting to be laid off. That's what it has. I never thought I'd hear that day come, but hey, it's kind of got that take this job and shove it mentality. Is truly interesting for the following reasons. More and more people would rather not return to work, or what society calls back to the norm at the end of the day. The article that I read today talked about how so many people would actually like to lose their jobs nowadays. Isn't that crazy? Some people actually want to lose their jobs. The article stated that more than 10,000 people have already accepted buyout offers to leave their companies despite unemployment being at the highest level of their family's lifetime. And with more employers putting similar offers on the table or expanding offers already made, this is likely only the beginning of what could become a buyout summer for the United States economy. Depending on how you look at it. Now, let's analyze this possible new norm in our society. I've seen people, whether it's with a government job, a corporate job, etc., do the nice thing of taking the money and run syndrome, as I like to call it, taking the money and run syndrome. Because like I have always said that with today's pandemic, lots and lots of working people have gotten a taste of what life is like without punching a clock, sitting in traffic, and, spending 8 to 10 or 12 hours in a space that they feel that they are held prisoner in throughout the day. Now, a lot of people saying I'm being negative when I talk about having a job. I'm just saying look at alternatives. That's the beautiful thing about the United States of America. We have the freedom of choice, right? You have the alternative. If you have the right mindset and the right plans, people you're around, and implementation. Because a lot of times people's failures happen because of the negative Nellies, the naysayers, especially the naysayers / haters that constantly tell you you can't do something, all right? And you should just toe the line, as they say, and be normal like me, quote unquote, which I think is ridiculous, but that's another story for another day. Now, with the recent buyout activity taking place, because of today's uncertainty and because companies, a lot of major corporations are saying that they can exist with less manpower. If you are a person who has had the pleasure of being able to work from home and not been unemployed, you should be thankful. Well, that's one thing. Two, you've gotten a taste of what life is like when you don't have to do the normal 9-to-5 lifestyle of working in an office and whatnot. Whether you like being there or not, that's on you. My thing is, a lot of people have gotten a taste what it's like to not be quote unquote normal and, spend time on the highway, spending more money for gas, maintenance, tolls, et cetera, and things, and having to time the traffic just right. If you're from an area like the DMV area, New York City, Los Angeles, if you're from a place like that where, even places like Atlanta now, Houston now, are catching up, where there's such a big population of people and it's constantly growing and people are always moving there. Therefore, traffic is always bad, and you got to time your work schedule, your workout schedule, your school schedule, how you pick your kids up schedule all around the traffic. Your life revolves around the traffic. And a lot of times it sucks the life out of people mentally and physically sometimes. Depending on how you look at it. Now, the article stated that voluntary programs can be a good step forward if you're looking at reducing headcounts as a corporation. It may be, and it might even be able to open an option of saving specific positions at a company, of some people who would like to have a future with the company or organization, and offers choices, like I said, freedom of choice, for those considering making a life change. Okay, and that's another thing. I think a lot of people, this extra time on people's mind now, if given them the opportunity for people to actually reevaluate their lifetime. Their lifestyle choices, their choices in life, period. Just a lot of time to reevaluate stuff, and when you have a lot more free time on your hands, you can either just do stupid stuff or just do, I don't want to say stupid, just do other things like just watch TV and binge on stuff and purchase stuff offline for the sake of purchasing it. It is what it is. Now, it can be valuable. And the thing is, it can be a valuable program for both employees and employers, if you look at the situation. Because, like I said, the company might be able to save money and other people have a chance to pursue another aspect of life. Another thing to think about is that the whole work-life balance concept has turned into creating a life that one is excited about, and that's great. Even with today's economic climate, the self-employed entrepreneur lifestyle is alive and well throughout the world. I would even imagine if people accepted buyouts, they probably will move to certain states with their money, so the money, will go further and faster, or certain countries, so that the money will go further and faster at the same time and last them a lot longer all at the same time as well. Okay, you have people that are, if you're staying in the United States, you got people that are moving to the South or the Midwest, they're moving to Georgia, to the Carolinas, and like I said, obviously away from the metropolitan areas, because even in those states, metropolitan cities are starting, the cost of living is starting to go up. Or you have people, like I said, moving to places like Michigan, they're moving to parts of Pennsylvania, they're moving to Ohio, they're moving to Kentucky, people moving to Montana, the Dakotas, because you want to go, obviously if you're going to retire as a working person, you want to go to a place where your money's going to last you longer. It is what it is, and you don't want to have to, kill yourself at a job. If you're going to have a job, it's going to be something a little bit more simple, but that's just my, that's what a lot of people are doing, and that's just my personal opinion. And a lot of people are, a lot of Americans are moving to Mexico, Costa Rica, they're moving to Panama, they're moving to, a lot of places where their money can go longer, where the American dollar is a lot stronger. A lot of people moving to parts of Africa, they're moving to Nigeria, they're moving to Ghana. I think it's a great thing because we need more people. A lot of people moving back to their native countries too. People moving to the Caribbean. When you get up in age, you don't want to have to work as hard, and if you do, you're going to want to at least work smarter, and you want your money to work a lot longer or whatnot. But with today's new movement, you got more people that actually want to somewhat retire before they get old. That's the new norm now. That's becoming the new cool nowadays. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty, I don't see anything wrong with that whatsoever. Okay. Now, back on course, because I just went off on my tangent like I love to do. Even with today's economic climate, the self-employed entrepreneur lifestyle is alive and well throughout the world, not just the United States, but throughout the world. I would even imagine if people accepted buyouts. I did already talk about that. But the thing is, at the end of the day, since I got off track, I'll get back on. Companies don't like letting people go. They don't, because they've invested time and money into you. So letting you go and having to retrain somebody else takes a lot of time and money out of a corporation. Let's just call it what it is. And even if people are willing to leave voluntarily on good terms, the company might be able to more easily bring them back if business conditions improve throughout the country. And eventually things will, it might not be the way people want it to be, but people still have to buy products, people still need to utilize services. People are returning back to work right now, which is a good thing. I like that because, that opens up the doors for people to pursue other opportunities outside of their normal job. Because the problem is, a lot of times, and I'll say with other previous generations, nothing wrong, because that was the norm. It was just normal for you to work at one job, and it was normal for you to just get used to doing one specific thing. Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. But those times have changed, especially within the last 20 years. We're in 2020 and we're approaching 2021, and even all that's going on, the economy is going to be the economy, whether it's open or closed. And, demand is going to be the demand in certain areas, no matter what the circumstances are. Today people have become more financially literate and started making more money decisions. I call it. I say it's always about making money moves, no matter if it's a simple $5 investment, $100,000 investment, you saving your money in high interest accounts, things of that nature, or you starting a business, and the list can go on and on. If you get insurance policies to annuities, gold, stocks, bonds, whatever, real estate, the list goes on and on. Okay. And people are making these money move decisions. They will not only buy people things, and going out to events, and whatnot, but will actually help people talk about generating more money nowadays and obtain more tax write-offs that are home-based businesses and other businesses do provide. Because another thing, since the tax laws have changed, I'm not saying whether good or bad, you form your own opinion on that one. Nowadays, if you will benefit even more so if you own some sort of a business on some sort of level compared to just being a regular W-2 employee. That's just what it is. And I've talked to various people on this subject matter, and it's like, well, what do you got to do? You got to adapt and overcome, as they say in the military. And it's time for people to start doing that a lot more so. Have some sort of a side hustle so you can get into the 1099 club, okay, and beyond. The article stated that all the major airlines have announced buyout plans in an effort to cut costs in the face of the plunge in the air travel business. I mean, heck, I haven't been on a plane since January, and I'm a guy that loves to travel. So, I know that business is hurting, and they've had to get bailouts out the yin yang, and I know people are starting to travel again, but with specific conditions. And then there's even been a spike in Florida. It's crazy they had to shut down the, certain restaurants in Florida that was on the beach. So, it's just, these are the times we're living in. So hopefully they come out with a vaccine soon so we can get back to some sort of normalcy around here. Excuse me. But that's just like I said, at the end of the day, it's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. So far, the only one airline actually announced that the results is American Airlines, which said that 4,500 pilots and flight attendants have taken an offer as of a month ago. So as of last May. Because that's when this article came out in the beginning of June. More buyouts and early retirements are coming for American Airlines all at the same time. There will be voluntary departures and early retirements at other carriers that could reduce or even eliminate the need for involuntary job cuts. Which, to me, it's like, hey, I don't want anyone to lose their job. But if you're getting some sort of a buyout, that's better than just getting a pink slip. You know what I mean? So, I'm talking about this article, and I know my boy Chris told me to talk about this article because he knows how passionate I am about people's financial intelligence. That's the main reason why I have this platform on YouTube. Is, not just because I'm trying to sell products and whatnot, but really it's because I'm trying to get the word out. Okay. That if you're going to be a W-2 employee, cool, just have a backup plan, and make sure that people that reside in your circles have a backup plan as well, so that you guys can talk about that as much as you talk about some new television show, some new music artist, or some new freaking football player that's out there. I always just say, just add this into your conversation, because at the end of the day, the actors on TV, nothing against them, they don't pay your bills. At the end of the day, the football player that you care about getting picked during the NFL draft, they don't pay your bills. You pay your bills. So and since that's way more important than being entertained, then I would just imagine that you put financial intelligence as you would your personal health, your children's health, etc., and so forth. Okay, on the same playing field, and let it be a part of your conversation every single day of your life. It doesn't have to dominate every single conversation, but it needs to be a part of the subject matter at least once out of the freaking day, every day of your life. That's just my personal opinion, because a lot of people have been unemployed for a long time now because of what's happened due to the pandemic. All right, so that's all I'm saying. Make it a part of your daily conversation. Do you know everything? No. Do I know everything? No. That's why you read or you listen to podcasts or do whatever you do, to ensure that you get educated on a regular basis so that you know how to be strategic. Okay, as much as everybody loves a competitive sport, financial intelligence is the biggest competitive sport, because that's how you eat, that's where you live, that's what you drive, that's what the clothes you're wearing, etc., and so forth. The food you eat, the beverages you consume. Okay, you need to be financially intelligent, just as you're intelligent in your field or anything of that nature, just so that you can be strategic in some sort of way, so that you can make a money move in case something happens. Like, great example, these people that are getting these buyouts, a lot of them probably were planning for retirement, so they're taking the money and run, but a lot probably were not. And they find themselves in some sort of a vulnerable position, because they have to go find another job and whatnot, and they're probably just going to utilize that money to live off of until they do so. And to me, it's like, okay, well, do that, and then if you would have had some sort of a home-based business as a backup plan, this could be an opportunity for you to do something else with your life. Or if you had a home-based business and you have some extra money coming in, and you get the voluntary buyout separation with a buyout, which most people don't even get, especially if they work in a small family business, because those small family businesses don't even have that kind of money. However, you put yourself in a position to where you're like, okay, I got money coming from another source. I got this amount of money I just got now. I might have gotten a stimulus check. I got my tax return. Hopefully I got a nice tax. And if I had a home-based business, I'd get a nice tax return. So you got all these things, that crazy thing called multiple sources of income. That's all I'm saying, family. And I'm sorry I'm getting loud because I get passionate about this subject, because this has to do with everyday people's lives, everyday working people's lives. And I just, I take this seriously, and I would just hope that more people do so. That's all. That's it. It's not saying you must. It's about survival at this point. Like the video I made earlier, if you worked hard and figured out how to survive, what's the next step? It's like life is like getting a degree, whether you have a college degree or not. People get their associates, then they get their bachelors, then they get their masters, then they get their doctorate sometimes. And when it comes to your financial matters, it's the same thing. It's not just about you raising your level of your income. It's about what are you doing with your income as it rises. Are you saving and investing, or are you just saving and spending? Most people just save and spend, or they really just freaking spend. That's a problem. They say you're supposed to have at least 6 months of reserves of your bills saved in your bank account for an emergency fund. But to me, if you have the opportunity to do that, then you should look at that opportunity as, how can I invest it into things that I can pull money from when times get rough? Because that's the way the freaking economy goes around the world. It's like a merry-go-round. It goes up and down, all around. All right. However, I digress. Let's get back on course. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah. It's a crazy thing. Now, there will be voluntary departures and early retirements at other carriers. Like I stated earlier, Southwest Airlines flown them plenty of times, never any issues, which since its 1967 founding has never had an involuntary layoff or furlough, described as offered as the most generous package ever offered in Southwest history. So that's a good thing. They don't even have a reputation for doing that. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now they're doing it because of the times we're living in. We're living in the times of not only multiple streams of incomes but backups, and being able to pull financial resources from other areas it's just a must, in my opinion. It's a must in most economists' opinion. And I'm not even an economist, but it is a must. Class of 2020 and class of 2024, please listen, not only to me, but to the rest of the world. Having a skill set, having a business, having assets like real estate, investment plans, IRAs, which are individual retirement accounts, 401ks, which is another form of a retirement account, significant savings accounts, high interest savings accounts, stocks, bonds, gold, cryptocurrency, and consulting financial professionals is a must for working people. A job doesn't just stand for juggling our bills and just over broke, but if you lose your job and do not have other avenues to pull revenue from, then you are putting yourself in a bad position. So do not only have a job right now in June 2020, making good money and more money off of unemployment, because a lot of people are, but they're making actually more money off of unemployment than they were their jobs. But people, you have the opportunity to change the trajectory of your economic life. But these buyout packages are happening in multiple industries, even in the tech industry, like tech companies like Kickstarter and hospital systems. Lee Health, which is based in Florida, have also announced buyout programs, according to Challenger. Now, the financial firm TIAA confirmed it's offering lucrative packages that could pay employees up to 91 weeks of base pay, match last year's cash bonuses. And I think that's pretty good. And the pay is up to 18 months of employers' subsidized medical coverage all at the same time. Well, all of that, this being said, a few things are true. One is that every family in the United States of America, I repeat, every family in the United States of America, I cannot comment about other countries, needs to have a business on some sort of level. And even a home that doesn't even have a mortgage too, meaning that, you have a lot of families, especially back in the day, back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, 80s, it was normal for at least every family to have one home that does not have a mortgage on it. Okay. Now, other people might have other homes with mortgages on it, but there was always that one home. Y'all ever saw that movie called Soul Food? That was the family home that they kept for generations. All right. And that home didn't have a mortgage on it. They were just paying personal property taxes and worrying about the insurance and maintenance and things of that nature, And if you needed some extra money for the home, yeah, you take out some equity, but nothing too big, just to make some minor home repairs so that you can pay it back. And that's looked at as you just paying back credit, but you're not paying back a mortgage that's going to be for another 30 years. Okay. My personal opinion, you know what I mean? That's just old school coming out of me on that one, But that kind of lifestyle can cut your expenses and you only have to worry about the taxes and insurance and maintenance of the property. Okay. So just imagine if, no matter where you live at, if you have to pay $2,000, $3,000 a month, you got to pay $1,500 a month, $1,000 a month, $700 a month, whatever. Imagine your life if you do not have to pay that amount of money every month. You got a regular job or you got a business, whatever have you, and you're only worried about paying personal property taxes, insurance, and maintenance and whatnot. Guaranteed, for the most part, your expenses will be cut. depending on what state you live in, obviously, but it's just nice to have. It's just that crazy thing called having a backup plan. A lot of people are full-time workers, but they're in the military as a reservist. That's a backup plan. Okay, then the thing is, then you should have another backup plan too on top of that. Not only money saved up, but money coming from another asset so that you can get more tax write-offs. This, in my opinion, is going to become the new norm around the world, especially in the United States of America. And these things are not a part. If these things are not a part of your economic plan as a working person, then I would suggest concentrating on becoming a successful entrepreneur only, and not just have a job. Because when involuntary separation occurs because of a bad economy, then one can find themselves in a bad financial bind. And with that being said, here's another great option that you can look into. Karatbars International. Buy gold, save it, refer others, do the same thing, make money off of those referrals, and call it a day. It's up to you. Like I said, the link will be in the description. You can click on it. You can Google additional information to see how you can join the family. You get paid on a Visa card, and you can order your gold from a monthly basis. You can sign up for free as an affiliate, and then you can go from there. And if you sign up with my team, I will personally give you a call so we can make money moves together, because that's what it's all about in 2020 and beyond. And it's been a while since I've done this, so please check out the online store. I've mentioned the store a bunch of times. You got Larry's Anything Goes apparel. If you're part of the financial intelligence community, I salute you. Raise my water to you. Keep the good work going and spread the message, because more working people need to know about this. The rich already know this information and more. Okay, they know more of these great secrets and whatnot on how to make money moves from various different avenues and whatnot. Working people are the ones, we're always the last ones to get it. Half the times because we weren't taught this stuff in school. The other half of the times we don't really delve in the books so that we can find out this information. Self-education sometimes is the best education, in my personal opinion. And I always say the saying, I don't do drama, I do business. And I just added that shirt to my store, to the collection, and actually placed an order in for myself, so it will be in soon. If you still need face masks to avoid the pandemic and whatnot, I know everything for the most part has been open, but still got to take the safety precautions as needed. Use common sense and whatnot. Juneteenth is basically around the corner, because today is June 16th. So happy Juneteenth and all that good stuff. Get your Juneteenth t-shirts, hats, and all that good stuff. Got other apparel for you, so represent, all levels with everybody. We're all in this together, and let's keep the positiveness going, in my personal opinion. All right, Father's Day is coming up as well, so don't forget to check out your Father's Day apparel. And for the most part, I believe that is that. So always remember, you can't get fired if you own the company. It's 2020, family. Own something. Take care and have a great day. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because that is free. And if it's free, then it's me.